Okay, welcome to my video installing Windows NT Workstation. The main thing that you need to have at this beginning is the file downloaded, which is your ISO file. I downloaded it and brought it over here to my desktop. So that's where my ISO file is. So go ahead and open up your virtual machine, your VMware, and create a new machine. We want to do a typical install, and what we're going to do is we're going to install to the installer disk image file, browse for the proper one. It's on my desktop. There it is. Hit open, and then you can go next. And this is the second time, so I'm going to go ahead and call this NT Workstation, and I will let it put it where it wants to. Next, we're going to go ahead and change this down to a little bit smaller disk size to 2.0 gigabytes. And we can finish. It's going to go ahead and power up. Pretty much with the OS systems and the way things began, from here on out, the operating systems are pretty much easy to follow the directions to install. You just follow the screen and answer the questions. Very user-friendly. So we're just letting it process. Downloaded some files. It's processing. Takes a minute or two sometimes. Okay, welcome to Setup. To set up Windows NT now, press Enter. Again, remember that you want to click inside the screen with your cursor, and now you're working inside the screen. So we're pressing Enter. In order to continue, we're going to hit Enter, as you see at the bottom there. Okay, and continue setup. We hit C. And here we're going to page down. You can go ahead and take time to read all this. Pretty standard, I'm sure. When you get down to the bottom, as you can see there, if you press F8, you agree. And it wants you to, it's determined that your computer contains the following hardware and software. If there are no changes to what we have up here, then we can go ahead and hit Enter for select. We're going to install on unpartitioned space. And here we have the choice to either format the partition using the FAT file system or using the NTFS file system. And as we have learned, the NTFS file system has a whole lot better security to it. So we're going to go ahead and arrow down and choose that, and then hit Enter to continue. And here setup is formatting. Choose the location where you want these files to be installed, and this is perfectly fine, Windows NT. Hit Enter to continue. And we do not need to it wants to examine our hard disk for corruption. To allow setup to perform an exhaustive secondary examination of your hard disk, put Enter. We're not going to do that, so we're going to skip that, and we're going to press Escape. Please wait while setup examines your disks. And setup is copying files to our hard disk. Pretty much the setup now is just answering the questions and being calm. Restart your computer by hitting Enter. press spacebar now. Oop. Let's see if we have it. Okay, that happened kind of quick, and I didn't see what it did. The type of the file system is FAT. That's interesting. Seem to be having any issue here. We'll see what it is doing. Aha, is already NTFS. And here we go. All right, Windows NT setup. Seems like my computer had a question about that there, but it seemed to work it out. So now we'll just go ahead and gather. We're now doing the Windows NT setup. So we've installed the operating system and now we're setting it up. We're going to go ahead and choose typical. You can go ahead and put your name in there. Organization you don't need. Okay, and we have a key. And hopefully this will work well. Hit next. Okay, so my computer needs a name. So we're going to call it Dining Desktop, just for fun, because that's where my computer is in my dining room. Okay, you need to create a 14-letter password. Make sure that you write this down somewhere so you remember it, and confirm it. And hit next. We don't need to create an emergency repair disk. We maybe want to choose to do that at some other time. And install the most common components. Installing Windows NT networking. Your computer is connected to a network by an adapter. Okay, yes it is. Start your search. Alright, select from list. Yes. Okay, I'm pretty sure that that was right. We want to choose the TCP IP protocol. Click Next to install selected components. We're going to choose the default, hit Continue. And we're going to go ahead and say yes to the DHCP server on your network. This will dynamically provide an IP address. We won't have to worry about this later. Windows NT automatically creates an internal host name based on the computer name. The computer name is in use is not a valid internet host name. Do you want to change the computer name so it is also a valid host name? No. computer name is Dining Desktop. We're going to make this computer a member of the work group. Hit Next and Finish Setup. Alright, your time zone. Too bad it doesn't actually show. Automatically adjust clock for daylight savings time, yes. And we are in the Pacific, which is generally about 8 hours. Okay, where are we? There we go. US and Canada. Date and time is correct. Close. The system found the following video adapter in your machine. Okay. And here we have the settings to the palette, 16 colors. Our desktop area, we can use more or less. These are different things that we can do. We're just going to say great. It's configuring your computer to run Windows NT. It's removing the compact discs. So what we're going to do is we're going to Control Alt and take a look back on this view sidebar. Right click on our virtual computer, check the settings. Okay, and make sure that our CD is not connecting at power, or we're going to just change it to the physical drive so it doesn't try to reinstall with ISO. Hit OK. And then we're going to go ahead and click in here and then click Restart Your Computer. And everything should be good. You can go ahead and hit Enter. Just going to close this. And here we have Windows NT Workstation. Now for the Press Alt Delete, I'm not sure that you can actually do that from here. No, that gives me my regular task manager. Now I saw on someone else's that there was a button up here for that. Okay, so I'm going to put this on hold for just a second. Okay, at least one service or driver failed during system startup. Use Event Viewer to examine the event log for Let's try that and see what is going on. Okay, I found where we can go up here to the VM, and down here is Send Control Alt Delete. Remember your password. Be sure to click back in here. Hit OK. Alright. And welcome to Windows NT. I may have a difficulty with that driver or something that's not quite working right. We'll have to see as we work with this. Possibly I made some mistakes on the setup and didn't get set up correctly, but I think we did okay. So we'll just welcome to Windows NT Workstation and go from here. Thank you very much.